Welcome to Riga Jurmala Academy. We are very happy to start today our online masterclass, and I'm very happy to have Arina here with me and work together for 1 hour. And yeah, I would like to say also big thanks to Riga Jurmala Academy and Riga Jurmala Festival for organizing this fantastic opportunity in those weird times that we have, and it's still wonderful that we are able to work today together and see each other without a mask and do some music together. So Arina, would you like to start with the Bach Partita E major, yeah?
Yes, Prelude, the first movement.
Thank you very much. Great. Thank you. And also let me tell you how much I admire you coming up here and playing in front of audience, online audience, and in front of me. in this time when we all know that we don't have our daily normal routine, we don't have lessons, you don't go out to the university, and it's really challenging time. So thank you so much for that, for being here. And let's start from the beginning. What I always find very special about this beginning of this partita, actually, we mustn't forget that it's just first movement of a very big partita, yeah? It's not one piece. That actually it starts with this upbeat. It doesn't start on the one, yeah? It's pause and then ta-ta-tam-tam-tam. For me, what I always imagined was that I'm somehow, I don't know, being outside or sitting in a church or being in some building with very boomy acoustic, so probably church or some big hall, and all of a sudden this music comes from nowhere, and it starts also from nowhere. It's like it was already been played, and at some point you just realize that you hear it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not a very steady beginning, not like on one. It's coming already. We are actually joining the music that's been already played. So let's imagine it that way. And then also I think the first two bars are actually leading to the third one when it actually starts, yeah? When the movement starts, for me it's like yeah? And first two bars are just, and here we arrive, yeah? So can you try the beginning one more time with this kind of phrasing? Wonderful. And one more thing, without the extra accent on the... I know that we always phrase the legato, and we actually, it's correct, but not so much of the accent, yeah? Ta-ta-tan, tan, 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 tararam, pam, 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 yeah? Until third bar. Let's try again, and let's pick up from where we stopped. So once more the beginning, and with the layer dynamics that we spoke about. Exactly, great. Until here. Thank you so much. Exactly, that was really good. Good beginning. Then the next phrase. It was also. I hear now something from the.
Okay, I think we can continue.
We can continue. Okay, good. Okay, so it was very good in the beginning. Now I want you to see the differences when the phrase starts actually from one. So from, for example, in the bar 7 or in the bar 11, yeah? When we start from the downbeat of 1. And we change the dynamic also and start new phrase right from there. And then there is a different pattern in bar 13, 15, and so on, yeah? When we start actually on the second beat. And can you make it more clear, like really show until when the phrase goes, and that it doesn't always go on from 1 to 4 and then continues, yeah? Let's go once more. Maybe from bar 3, you can start already from the first theme. Very good. Thank you so much. Fantastic. This part, it's one of the most wonderful places in the whole Bach. I find it so modern. It's incredible, actually, that he wrote it in Baroque. Can you try to find the sound here that it's a bit more light? I mean, it's gonna ring anyway because we have so much of E string, and it's gonna have a lot of overtones. So it's going through, but without pressing too much. Try to find a little bit more air, like. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Very good, yeah. And one more thing, one more detail here for this part. Also, the changes of harmonics. Can you lead towards the dominant and then a little bit relief when the tonica comes, yeah? Not always the same tension, yeah? Also. So we can hear actually the change in the chord.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, and the last 3 bars just like, you know, you can lose a bit of energy and just make diminuendo. Very good. And then we start new part, yeah? And here, from here on, it's actually changing. Until now, I have the feeling that it was always bigger pictures and at least 4 or 8 bars of the phrasing. Here we have a little bit of this 1 bar, 1 bar, 1 bar, and those sequences are coming, yeah? So go on, play first before I start talking too much, and but think about it a little bit, yeah? It's a little bit different structure.
Yeah.
Okay, until here. Thank you so much. Exactly. In this part, you know, we have this this bass note that is always staying. And then, can you play it once more and just really focus on that, not on the virtuoso part and so many notes, and you know, just on the harmony that is changing. So it's basically in the bass. Very good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Much better. Much better. How did it feel for you? Did you feel the difference?
Yes, I think I also should practice more in this way because it's a little bit easier to play all that virtuosity also.
Yeah, when you actually focus on the different thing, very often it helps us actually improve the technical side. It's very interesting. That's true. So let's actually go on like this and think musically and harmonically. Yeah. Also, when the challenging part comes, like. It's actually always a chord that is broken over our 4 strings. Yeah, we can't have the chord like on the organ to press 4 or more notes in the same time. So of course we have to make arpeggio, but we should try to hear it as one. Yeah, as if you were playing in a boomy acoustic and it would all actually merge into one chord because it stays longer in the air. Yeah. So can you try this place for me from bar 43? And be careful not to rush. Usually when we find something difficult or when some place is making us nervous, we tend to rush. And actually we should do the opposite, yeah? We should take a bit more time so we can play all the notes and be relaxed. Try to stand well on the ground and be really connected, yeah, with both feet. Try to feel comfortable, yeah? Always the center should be in hips, yeah, so that if someone pushed you now, you are so stable on your legs and that you won't fall, yeah, and don't block the knees. I can't see you right now, but I'm just telling you what might help, yeah, and yeah, let's try once more. Okay, much better, much better, much better. You are also allowed to take some time. You know, it's very rhythmical, very virtuoso part of Bach, but it doesn't have to be only motoric. Yeah. Also, so on this bass, sometimes, not every bar, but sometimes I would suggest to do it where the dissonance comes. So here. Yeah, and then you continue with the tempo. Once more. Yeah. Allow yourself to play a little bit more from heart. You know, don't think now. Just as your gut tells you. Okay, good. And let's come back to the thinking about the chord, yeah? Here, where we arrive. So we have, yeah, C small, C minor, and then comes a B major, yeah? So think about this, think about how the harmonic changes and how the color should change. Don't think about the notes and fingers. Just think about the chord and the harmony. Let's try once more from this 40, where we arrive after this all places where we were before, yeah? Once more. Yeah, I think you were probably in a third position, right? In the first. Ah, okay, good. Then take really time for this octave. Yeah? Not only first note, but also second. A little bit more bow. Okay, good. Thank you. And one more thing that we also spoke about, not always starting from one, yeah? So those motifs start from one, but then this is the last note of it, yeah? And then That's the motive again. So it starts from the second 16th note. Try to show it a little bit more clear, yeah? Yeah? And here is the same. Here we have the same. Yeah, no, that's the new one. So sometimes it's on the one, for example, 61, yeah, bar 61, where piano starts right on the one, and then sometimes it's from second 16th. It's very important because that's making the music more groovy, not only vertical and always the same. Yeah, that wouldn't be so interesting. So try once more from the forte 51. Exactly. And also, good, very good. Also those small differences in when we have the same harmonic, but the melody is in a different voice. For example, and then, yeah, I would like you to really enjoy it, to really notice those things, and then play it more conscious. Yeah, let's try the last time the same part until when we stopped. Yeah, so the 51, bar 51. Yeah. Later it's all actually repeating, so we will go to Loure and okay, until here, good. That's a long part that we just heard. Here in bar 86, 87, 88, and so on, we have again the same thing with. And then it's also a sequence, yeah. So it's always higher and more expressive. What I heard now was that the accent or a little bit of the downbeat was heard on the one, and I really would like to avoid it. So imagine that the bar that you play before, so for example bar 85, that at the end of the bar you have just a small tiny diminuendo, so you make like you lose the tension, yeah, and then you start from second 16th. I'm talking about. Yeah, so it has then completely different structure and different shape actually. Actually, you know, it's also optical. What we see in the music when the big jump comes and we start again from the top and go down like a cascade, yeah, and then again go up, and so the upper note is the most important, and that's where we start our phrase. Yeah, try to play with this optic. Just in the score in a new way and phrase in that way.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I mean, the same things are repeating here, so we don't have to go through everything. But I would like to also hear the ending, so the whole coda of the movement. Okay, look. We have this organ point, yeah, like organ note that is being pressed by the foot of the organist, like, and then, yeah, it's very important that you imagine that this note is actually lasting for the whole bar, yeah, and the first legato, really enjoy it, and a little bit longer, yeah. I would really take a little bit of time. Yeah, and very interesting harmony. Once more.
Yeah. Sorry.
Very nice. Then let's go to the second movement.
Okay.
Beautiful, thank you very much. So Loure is a dance, right?
Yeah.
French dance. Have you ever seen the dancers dancing it?
Yes, of course.
You saw, yeah? Me too. I was
Not
actually...
not a Loure, but dance as a dance.
No, I mean actually Loure, yeah? The
no.
Baroque dance.
Haven't
So
seen.
I once actually checked it, yeah, on YouTube. Because I was like, yeah, it's such a slow movement. I can't even imagine how you dance to it, yeah? So I was imagining some very slow movements and slow steps. And it turns out it's actually quite rough. It's a lot of jumps, a lot of falling down on the ground. And the music, usually that it's actually being practical. So for the dancers, the practical versions of Loure are a bit faster and lighter. So this movement is of course just to listen to. It's a music to play on a stage and not to be danced. But still, we have to inspire ourselves from the original form of it. So the typical thing for the Loure is the upbeat, the tadam pam padam pam. This rhythm, yeah. Actually, normally it would be noted with a dotted rhythm, yeah. So dotted 8th note and 16th in this case, but sometimes it's actually through the movement it's written 8th note and the quarter. Yeah. But what I'm wanting to say, it's written that way, but we are allowed to play it a little bit more short and a little bit more dotted, yeah? So not the... yeah, a little bit lighter. So try to find this gesture of that is repeating through the whole movement. Very good, yeah, very good. One more thing that we can always also listen to, more active, yeah, is the bass line. It's always very interesting with Bach because actually it's polyphony, so it's just a different voice that also has a melody. So starting from from bar 5, it's can you lead the whole line through this? Like, don't stop, yeah? When we start the and then it always continues, yeah? Until the double stop, yeah? Try once more. Longer phrase. very good. Yeah, much better, much lighter. And I like when you think longer, then it's really, really interesting to listen. Yeah. Two suggestions for the trill. I would start them from the top. Yeah. So in the beginning. And also, I know you started from the top, but it was quite fast. So maybe a little bit slower in the beginning, the trill. Yeah? Very nice. And then you repeat. When you repeat, did you think about making some additional ornaments?
Yes, I think maybe I can do something like. Something. I
Yeah, you can do as much as you want. Really, it's up to your fantasy. And I really like when the second time is different. Yeah, try, experiment a little bit. You can try now also. Just add something where you feel like. Yeah.
The first part, like a second time.
Yes, as a second time. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, go on. I liked it. Very nice. Very nice, very nice. I like the second part too. It has very interesting harmony changes with minor also. It's a little bit dramatic, yeah? So I would like to actually encourage you to put a little bit more emotion in it. I know it's not a romantic music and it's not about putting some more vibrate or this romantic sound, but a little bit more maybe dynamic and color, yeah? So here it starts very innocent, still very pure, and then comes a little bit of minor. Try to show a little bit more of different color. Maybe also more intensive here. A little bit more substance, yeah? Yes, beautiful. Exactly. Here also, don't be afraid to also bind sometimes the notes. They don't have to be always shorter. So yeah. Maybe from where is it good to start? You can find where is it convenient for you to start. Yeah, exactly. Always one step more, yeah? Once more.
Sorry?
No problem. Oh, the mic. Oh no, the headphones.
I lost my headphones.
No problem. I wanted to anyway interrupt again and tell maybe this. Enjoy it a little bit longer. Don't lose the actually thesis. Yeah, it's not not G. It's F with two sharps. It's very special. So take a little bit more time and more intensity. After the little breath you took, so upbeat to 19, yeah? Okay, after all this dramatic part, we have again, we are back at home, yeah? So I would suggest here a little bit more relaxed sound, yeah? A little bit more... a little bit more hope. And then a little bit more also, more charming. Really show that you are starting the trill from the top. Take time on the D, yeah? Wonderful. Bravo.
Thank you.
So you can work like that on Bach, and also do you play all the movements, or?
Yes, I want to
play
play
the whole
partita. Yeah, I
Yeah,
actually
great.
played a couple years ago, but it wasn't like a different interpretation. Now I imagine this Loure and Gavotte and every next part a little bit different as it was previous. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very often like that. When we play as a teenager, some works we play in certain way, and then you warm it up after a couple of years, and you are like, oh, really, I I'm sometimes really surprised what fingerings I wrote down, you know, it's like, oh, completely different person.
Yeah.
But that's really nice to see this kind of progress also in our mind. So yeah, great. It's great you play the whole piece because it brings it into different perspective also. It's really just first two movements of a big piece. So it's important to know it's a part of a cycle. Yeah. Great, then I would jump quickly to Sibelius concerto. You have the first movement, yeah, with you. Great.
Prepare the music.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have that much time. I would just focus on the very beginning and work a little bit on the details. There are so many details that he wrote in the music. It's really incredible. He actually wrote everything. There is the whole recipe.
Yeah, the instructions.
Yeah. Okay, until here first, yeah? Very nice. What is interesting in the beginning is that actually before I played this piece, I only listened to it, so obviously I haven't never seen what's written in the music at the beginning. And for me it was this shimmering and very light, very airy motif, and I imagined it completely different than it's actually printed. It's mezzo forte, dolce and espressivo, so it's somehow it's telling us that there is certain substance. It shouldn't be too less, yeah? But still, I'm asking myself sometimes what is really dolce and what is espressivo, and very often I find actually those two expressions they are actually suggesting a little bit different type of vibrato, yeah. So for dolce, I would use a little bit faster, and espressivo is a bit warmer and settled, and yeah, it's more cozy and maybe slower vibrato, and somehow we have both here. So the question is, what do we do? Yeah. I would actually start by searching the right color of the sound by playing this first phrase completely without any vibrato. Just try to find the intensity and just this kind of expression, dolce and espressivo, just with the bow and with the intervals, with sensing the intervals with the left hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's try the beginning. Very good. Yeah. Sorry, I interrupt you again. Also, I can't really see you because we are on the screen. Yeah. But if you try to loosen your thumb, yeah, don't hold it. Just let it go wherever it goes. Yeah, it will find the right place, and just try to open the hand like this. So maybe go a little bit up with the thumb, and then listen if the sound will change. Yeah, if you find a different color. And every note really conscious, yeah? Every interval. Yeah, wonderful. Did you feel the difference?
Yes, I actually, when I started to learn this first movement, I also played without vibrato at the beginning, just to make a phrase as I wanted to sound. But yeah,
yeah, exactly, and also settle the intonation, because then you have no movement that is disturbing. Yeah, very good. And now I must say, even with the earphones and just digital lesson, I found it had much more overtones. So even though you don't play that loud, it rings louder. So then we find this probably this mezzo forte, and it's optimal. Yeah, and now because we have also dolce, and it shouldn't be so blank. I think it's not a cold music. I don't find Sibelius cold at all. It's completely passionate. So I would say now, when you already find your way, or your sound and your phrasing, then you just add vibrato in the places where you really want. So don't just vibrate every note just because we are used to, but really spice a little bit where you want, and with the certain spices. Yeah, we don't put everything in one dish. So you decide if it's a salt or it's a pepper or a little bit of sugar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. One more thing that is very, very special in a Sibelius concerto is the rhythm. Yeah, so many different rhythms and small differences that have to be there. So I would just suggest the triola, the first triola that comes actually, to really show it a little bit slower than normal quarters. Yeah, don't rush there. And it has also the détaché on every note. Yeah, so it also needs a little bit of time. Yeah.
Yeah. Start from a
Where
beginning,
is it
or?
good? No, wherever it's good. Maybe. for this. Yeah, and also what is very typical here, most of the long notes that are finishing the phrase are with diminuendo. Yeah, so really, but it doesn't mean that they are shorter, yeah, so. Yeah, take your time. And then also, which one was it? I can't see it now, but yeah, just feel the pulse in your head. I had the feeling that you are a little bit on the fast side.
Yeah.
Maybe from this place directly? Ta-ta-ta.
Here.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Okay, have a look. Do you have a number 1? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you notice that it's written as a legato but with a pause in between? Yeah, it's very interesting because I think it suggests that we don't stop. Yeah, it's the phrase is going on. So. And then. This crescendo that is written there, it continues through the pause. It's also under legato. So imagine that the pause is just one breath between two words, but crescendo is continuing. So, yeah? Yeah, take some time, yeah? Before this... Yeah? Take really some breath. You are alone here, so... And here also enjoy this the harmony. A little longer and more substance, yeah. And flatten the bow. When you use more hair, it's you will have more of this juicy sound, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, and diminuendo, yeah. Go on. Actually, I think we are actually ready. Yeah, it's 5 past. Time is up. I have the feeling. Yeah. But thank you so much. It was really a huge pleasure to see you and to get to know you. I'm so sorry it can't be in a real in life, but still that's some kind of alternative. And I hope you can take something with you from this masterclass, and stay strong, continue practicing, and don't lose the motivation. Yeah, it's a very big challenge for all of us.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
It was nice to meet you and to work with you today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Take care.